Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to invite to the lectern tonight's guest of honour. Please put your hands together for Ian Busst.
I have an ode here to read, and a lot of you already know this ode, but it's a very popular one in the army. They shall not grow old, we cannot let grow old. We shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. The going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them. Lest we forget. There's a lot there comes straight to my mind. I worked for Mr. and Mrs. Ryan in Children's Vale, out back there, and their son was my age. I went to work for them, but George Ryan worked in Belton and became a motor mechanic, but George and I were like two brothers. But George, unfortunately, he went down on a, he was caught by the Japanese and they put down in the hold of a boat, and the Americans saw the Japanese cargo boat and sunk it, of course, and there's George. I used to tell him he should have learned to swim, just joking, but George went down to the bottom of the sea. The one man who was on that boat has survived because he was up on the deck. He's one of Australia's top swimmers, and he wrote a book like that, and I talked to him once, and he said, yes, I remember a lot of them, and poor George, he couldn't swim a stroke, but they were locked down in the hold, and the torpedo went straight into this cargo boat, Japanese cargo boat, and sunk the lot, went down with it. So you miss them, but I can't help it. I always remember them on this. I say, George, I'm right with you, I never forget you. Now, on top of that, there was another young Dangerfield. Reggie Dangerfield, he came home, but his younger brother, Kevin Dangerfield, he never came home. He was up in an aeroplane and shot down by the Japanese, but doesn't know, they shot down against the opposition. And so I lost a couple of very close friends, but you never forget them. And I always say the same thing there. You know, Kevin, we're always with you, because they're in the bottom of the sea somewhere in the Pacific, you see, and they're never ever found. But, you have a lot to see and go through. I've seen a lot, and I can't get over this. I can't get over this. I'm stunned. One man where I am now in this basic care for the aged, one or two people there, they used to say, oh, you were a prisoner of war, though you didn't see much of the war, did you? The thing, I saw the war from three different sides. Italy, first of all Egypt, and then Italy, and they had us at Rommel's army quarters, out the back of Tobruk, and Derma actually, to be correct. And different people, they say, but how'd you get away? How'd you get away when you escape all these times? But it's just that I never smoked. And it sounds silly, but the Red Cross, they used to give us 10 cigarettes a week in a packet. And being a non-smoker, there was 10 sticks of gold. I could trade with anybody, you know what I mean? So I got along quite nicely at times, and other times, but I saw more action, I reckon, as a prisoner of war. I escaped twice in Italy, 3 times in Germany. But in Italy, we escaped out of the rice fields. They had us out working as a prisoner of war, and it's a rice field. So Mussolini, the Italians themselves overthrew Mussolini the first time and put him up in the monastery. But we took off because they were in sort of upside down. Nobody knew what was going and coming. And so 2 others, Tex Aiken from Sydney and Roy McLaren from Melbourne, I shouldn't mention names, but that was one. 3 of us went away together. We got away. We got up in the Apennine Range, walked 500 odd kilometres, 550 kilometres in 2.5 months, right up on the top of the Apennine Range, right from Turin, right down to, not Monte Cassino, but the base was Cassino. It was the second biggest battle, not by us, but we were trying to get through the battle line. There's Germans everywhere, Italians everywhere trying to stop the English and Americans out of land and there. So I've seen plenty of war right in the middle of it. And that Cassino, that Afro battle was the second biggest battle in the World War. But the thing is, trying to get through that line to our people, after walking 550 kilometres, only had 15 kilometres to go, and the German officer, it was quite amusing, he interrogated me and he looked at my map. I had a map of Italy, and he was looking at that, and he looked at me, this German officer, and he said, well, look at that. He says, you're very mad, you're very stupid, dumb, very dumb. He said, when you're up near Switzerland, why didn't you go to Switzerland in half a day? And I said, yeah, well, you have to work. They didn't feed you. Well, there's about 30 or 40 other people trying to get in there, But it's all experiences, I've no regrets against Italy. I've no regrets against Germany, because in Italy, in particular, we'd been in a horror camp for about 18 months, and it was lovely to get out of that and work in the rice fields for about 4 or 5 months. Well, as I say, when we got into the Alps, we could have run up and down the hills, because it's so nice being free again. But they wanted to know how you lived, how you survived, there was no trouble. The Italian, they're peasants, up in the Alps, they were peasants, but they were terrific. They'd pat their stomach and they said, oh, farm me, you're famished, and they give you a good feed, we'll pick some grapes for them the next couple of days to replenish their faith in us. So I've seen plenty from both sides, the Italian side and the same in Germany. I could walk in and out with my sticks of gold. I could walk in and out we were in Munich in Germany. During the night we had to go out to a prison camp. But during the day, 6 days a week, sometimes 7 days a week, we were in the heart of Munich, cleaning up bomb damage and helping where it was necessary. We had to. So I've seen plenty of war, but usually there's odd ones. So how do we know he did this? How do we know he did this? But Tom has been very good to me. He wrote the book, and he's delved right into all those things, and he got special permission to get all my army records, from the Department of Veteran Affairs. Tom got special permission for them to give him my army records to verify these things were right. I never heard Tom complain against anything I said to him, so he must have been honest. So it's just that I can't believe this. I was up in Brisbane for about the last 9 or 10 years. I've been down here just on 2 years now from Brisbane. But up there, it was all you had to work, but now on the army look after me and they pay everything 100% for me, so I've got no complaints. And they're probably looked after by the army. But this is really unexpected, you know. I thought there'd be about 40 or 50 people, and there's a few more than that. Yeah, so, oh yeah, now I must, as I say, I must thank Tom knows I'm grateful for all he's done. So I thank you very much, Tom, publicly. You've done a terrific job with that book. And then on top of this, Penguin Books Publishing Company, they did a good, I think they designed the book cover and everything. Yeah, they've done a fantastic job. And then, of course, Linda from Anzac Austria, where I am. Linda, a lot of this wouldn't have come about. I mean, Linda, at Anzac Day last year, we were a shrine of remembrance. We went by car. All just the last people were coming through, marching through. And I'd seen a few people gathered down near the edge of the pavement. And Linda came hurrying up and said, "Come in, quick, come on, they want to talk to the returned soldier." And I said, "Well, it didn't take as long as what I've been taking now." I told them about the escape from up near Switzerland and how I walked through there. And Tom said, "Oh, this is a good story here. You're in touch with my son, Rob." And here we are. It's lovely to think that people will turn out like this and come along. Just, no, I never expected anything like this in my life, you know. So, now also on top of that, Ian Rowlands, he started this off actually early on. I was up in Queensland 2 years ago, and Ian Rowlands said, "Well, I could write a book on you." But he worked for Channel 9, he was a writer. So I said, "All right," and 2 or 3 times, you know, we met and talked, and he had a recorder going. And then later on, Anzac Day last year, that all came about where Ian Rowlands was in hospital, and he said, "I'll have to give away this idea of writing a book." And here was Tom listening in. Tom had seen me talking to the TV people. A lot of people also want Ashley's wife. I forget what I called her, Blossom. Blossom was sitting next to me and the phone rang. And she said, yeah, he's sitting next to me. And I thought, "What's going on here?" And mobile ringing. What's going on? She said, "Yes, sir, that was." She said, "My mum. She's listening in for the march." And she said, "You should go and talk to the ABC by the roadside here. Ian talking to the ABC." And so she saw it all. And then, there's a few others here too, I know. I think Tom saw all that, you know. They're only too pleased to help. But I'm here. That's the way I look at it. I'm here. I'm 96 in another bare 3 months. And I'm here, and I'm lucky. As I say, some close friends I went to school with, they're not here, they're gone. One's at the bottom of the sea, and the other one, we are both in the sea here, both landed up in the sea, but never seen again. Kevin Dangerfield and George Ryan. That's the way life goes. And here, as I say, it's wonderful to see you all.